The first time I heard it was at 2:41 a.m. I woke up suddenly, not sure why. My room was completely dark except for the faint blue light from the digital clock beside my bed. For a few seconds everything felt normal. Then I heard it. A soft scratching sound. Very quiet. Like fingernails slowly dragging across wood. The sound was coming from my closet. I sat up in bed, trying to listen carefully. Maybe it was just the house settling. Old houses make strange noises at night. But then the scratching came again. Slow. Deliberate. From inside the closet door. My heart started beating faster. I lived alone in a small apartment. No pets. No roommates. Nothing that should be making noise in the closet. I grabbed my phone and turned on the flashlight. The beam of light cut across the dark room until it stopped on the closet door. The scratching stopped immediately. The silence that followed felt worse. For almost a minute I just stared at the door. Then I slowly stood up and walked toward it. My hand hovered over the handle. I told myself it was probably nothing. Maybe a mouse. Maybe pipes inside the wall. I opened the closet door. The light revealed my hanging clothes, a few boxes on the floor, and nothing else. Completely empty. I felt a wave of relief. I closed the door and went back to bed. But just as I turned off the flashlight, I heard a quiet whisper from inside the closet. Too early. I froze. My entire body felt cold. The whisper had been clear. Not imagination. Not the wind. A voice. From inside my closet. Slowly I turned my head toward the door again. The closet stood perfectly still in the darkness. Part of me wanted to open it again immediately. Another part of me knew that was a terrible idea. Instead I sat on the edge of the bed, staring at it. Minutes passed. Nothing happened. Eventually exhaustion won and I fell asleep again. The next morning everything felt normal. Sunlight filled the room. The closet looked ordinary. I opened it again just to be sure. Clothes. Shoes. Boxes. Nothing strange. I convinced myself the voice had been part of a dream. But the next night proved I was wrong. At exactly 2:41 a.m. I woke up again. And the scratching started. This time the sound was louder. Not just scratching. Something moving. Something shifting inside the closet. My chest tightened. I grabbed my phone again and turned on the flashlight. The beam pointed directly at the closet door. The movement stopped instantly. I slowly stood up. My hands were shaking. Every instinct in my body told me not to open the door. But curiosity was stronger. I stepped closer. 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 Then I pulled the door open. The closet was empty again. Exactly the same as before. But something felt different. The air inside the closet felt colder. Much colder than the rest of the room. And there was a strange smell. Like damp earth. I started closing the door again. Then something caught my eye. On the back wall of the closet. There were scratch marks. Long deep lines carved into the wood. And they weren't there before. I touched one of the marks carefully. The wood felt freshly torn. Something had made those scratches recently. Something with very sharp nails. I stepped back slowly. Suddenly my phone vibrated in my hand. Unknown number. A text message appeared on the screen. Did you find me yet? My heart skipped a beat. Another message appeared immediately. Look up. I slowly raised my flashlight. The beam of light moved up the closet wall. Past the hanging clothes. To the ceiling. And that's when I saw it. Something was clinging to the ceiling inside the closet. Long pale arms. Thin legs wrapped around the corner. And a face staring directly down at me. It smiled. I stumbled backward and dropped my phone. The creature inside the closet unfolded itself slowly. Its limbs were too long. Too thin. It moved like something that wasn't used to gravity. It crawled down the wall until it stood on the closet floor. Then it tilted its head. Studying me. Its face looked almost human. Almost. But the eyes were completely black. And the smile stretched far too wide. Then it spoke. In my voice. I've been watching you for a long time. My legs felt weak. Why, are you here? I whispered. The creature's smile grew wider. Because this is where you put me. My mind went blank. What do you mean? I asked. The creature slowly stepped out of the closet. Every movement felt wrong. Unnatural. Then it pointed toward the closet behind it. Look inside. I hesitated. But something forced me to turn around. I looked into the closet again. At first I didn't understand what I was seeing. Then my stomach dropped. Because lying on the floor of the closet was a body. My body. Exactly the same face. Same clothes. Same everything. Completely still. The creature leaned close to my ear. And whispered softly. You locked me in here years ago. My mind started spinning. Memories I couldn't recognize flooded into my head. Arguments. Screaming. A night I had tried to forget. The creature smiled again. You didn't want to remember what you did. Then it placed a hand on my shoulder. So I stayed in the closet. Its voice became calm. Patient. Waiting for you to open the door. The creature stepped past me and walked toward the bedroom door. Before leaving the room it turned back one last time. And said something that made my blood run cold. Don't worry. I'll take care of your life now. Then it walked out of the room. Leaving me alone. Standing in front of my own body.